Hey my friends, welcome back to another episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck. Once again, thanks so much for joining me on this segment of Memories of Macedonia. I have another secret in store for you guys. We're going on yet another little field trip. This time we're going to be going to the town of Prilep. Now, I normally do only food related videos. However, the guest house that I stayed in Prilep deserves a big shout out, and I'm talking about the Antika Guesthouse. Now, Chris, the proprietor there, is so welcoming and very, very accommodating. Now, although they don't prepare food for you there is a kitchen. You can make your own, and I highly suggest you go to the local market, pick up some things, and make it in one of the two kitchens you'll have access to at the guest house. That being said, Chris has something in store very special for only his guests, and I will show you that in the video. So guys, without further ado, 5-star, I recommend it all the way. May I present to you Antika Guesthouse. Antika Guesthouse is located right in the center of town, guys, and you don't have to go far. At the end of the street, cross the bridge, and you're downtown. The guest house is very charming and dates back 150 years. There's a courtyard for everyone to enjoy, and it will be renovated to include fountains. Stay tuned for the interview for that. You can relax where you want. The courtyard is open 24/7, and Chris is very accommodating for what you may need. In Prilep, make sure you check out the local market, guys. It's bursting with fresh food, and Prilep is also known for its shopping. It's a shopping mecca. The town itself is also very historic, so do walk around the downtown, take in the sights. It's a very proud Macedonian city, and there's even a statue of Alexander the Great in the square. The city itself is located around two dead volcanoes, and they're forever looming, and this is where King Marco's towers were. Chris will accommodate you if you need to arrange for taxis for any excursions. You can head up to the towers, and there's also a 4th century monastery that you may want to check out, dedicated to the Mother of God. The town itself, as I said, has many landmarks, so do make sure you walk around. Chris will give you a map if you need to know where all of the local landmarks are. Of course, Prilep is also known for its many restaurants and bars, so you can rest your weary feet and have a good meal for next to nothing in Prilep. It's a great city, and you're going to love it. Now, without further ado, let's get on with our interview with Chris. Today I'm with Christian, but he doesn't mind being called Chris, and he is one of the proprietors here at Antika Guesthouse, along with his parents. Chris tells me that the house has been in his family for 4 generations.
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And tell me, how long have you been running Antika Guesthouse as a guest house?
Well, the Antika Guesthouse as option for hospitality started in July 14, 2016. It started like as a tryout period, just to see how it's going to respond on the market.
Okay, like a trial.
Yeah, like a trial period for 3 months, just to give it like a quick try, and additionally quick example whether it can be possible for the guest house to handle the tourism and also the guests traveling from abroad. But also it happens for those 3 months, little by little, to show some power increasing of, and also some good results that we were not really expecting in the beginning. So we step by step we started developing the business and also the guest house at all.
Okay, now you said developing, so I know you told me we're sitting in this beautiful courtyard, which is available for all of the guests 24/7, and you mentioned that you're going to be renovating the courtyard. What is it that you guys are going to be doing here at the guest house courtyard?
Well, what we are going to do is, for sure, we are going to add like a couple of waterfalls. One of them is currently in order, so we're waiting for the installation and also for design to be planted in. But it's going to come like that good, relaxing sound.
And an
early,
oasis.
yeah, and early in the morning we found a way how to make like a small waterfalls to sit on the tables. So to be a little bit of extra for the guests.
Nice.
So that gives that chill, nice place. but also you have like the antique in the rooms, so you have like
Uh-huh.
little bit antique in the rooms and outside little bit antique with modern style combined.
Right. Now, you mentioned antique. How old is the house itself?
The house itself goes 4 generations back. In total, with first building, the first stones being put it on in the construction, it gets around 140, 150 years.
Wow. And your guest house, the feel and the vibe here is very relaxed, and I know that you go out of your way to help your guests, and you've helped me a lot. Your hospitality, coffee, juice, and as a matter of fact, we are enjoying some iced coffee that Chris made for us with
You're
some
welcome,
water.
guys and girls.
um, Speaking about the house, in a moment, I would love it if you can show my viewers the grand foyer and give us a little insight about the foyer area of the house.
Yeah, we can do it like that, no problem at all. I can also show you like a couple of other things, a little bit like an antique, also really, really extinguished and really unique room that you can find only here in the town of Prilep, and only in Antika Guesthouse.
Okay,
That is with a handcrafted steel bed bought it from the antique store,
amazing.
and also with additionally brick and stone outlook that is little bit modernized, so that gives you the chill good place to relax, and also like in winter for you to feel like you're in a cabin, like somehow in the forest, or maybe that you have also when the rain comes in and the snow, that gives you the chill warm cozy feeling of you staying a little bit like where you're staying, like in the mountains.
Oh, really nice. Okay, so we're gonna enjoy this coffee, and then we'll take you inside the foyer, and Chris will give us some information in there.
I will gladly do so.
Awesome.
Bye for
So we're
now.
here in the grand foyer of this beautiful house, and Chris is gonna tell us a little bit more about this room.
Well, guys, welcome again. Second of all, as you can see, currently we are in the antique place. Currently in one of the beautiful places of Antica. That's one of the corridors. The original corridor that is hand painted art. It's not a wallpaper. That, as you can see, it's built and it's created 60 years ago. So it took us a lot of time to renovate it, and it's hand painted art by a French artist, which goes like a couple of generations back. I don't remember the name, first of all, sorry about that, but you can see the lines and additionally the hand painted craftsmanship of the painters that were renovating it. You can see it by the lines going step by step and moving it on some places, because as you can see, zoom it out a little bit. As you can see, it's done by 6 types of colors. You have the white one, little bit of goldish that you can see it over here. Then after that, a different layer, green one, brown one, and it's done by a particular market and a particular symbol that it's implemented on the wall and hand painted part by part. So it took us like 2 years to fully renovate every single detail that it was missing to get this real beauty into place.
Wow. Okay. And so, what about the other details of the room, like the doorknobs and the doors and
You
things?
can see many, many, many things that are originally from the house. Also, you can see like the doorknobs that are been handcrafted since the opening of and the creating of the guest house. Also, you can see that little bit interesting and the first phone that you can really play with the numbers.
I noticed that yesterday. That's great.
That takes a lot of time for you to make it, and trust me, you don't want to mix up the numbers. It's a bad thing. Also, you have like a night lamp that we use during
Wow.
night, that it's quite interesting.
That's cool. I thought that was an iron.
Yeah, and also you have like a couple of other places, like you have a couple of good places where to eat, like recommendations about the Macedonian cuisine, good places about people that are vegetarian. Also, we have them like in a newly opened restaurant here, that is, you can have it like in a sea, vegan risotto, things like that. You have it with the picture, and good recommendations about activities, what to do, and the Prilep city map, that you can really use it to find out where you are and what to do throughout the whole town. And also with my assistance, I can recommend you and organize many things around the town.
That's great. And of course, going to the Euro Cooking Connect channel to see more recipes. That would be helpful too. Tell me about this picture. Do you know who that is?
That's my grandfather.
Your great-grandfather?
Yeah, that's my
Wow.
grandfather, the first person in Macedonia that created and handcrafted gold for the golden market that he was buying gold and reselling it from Istanbul to the Macedonian market. But during the Second World War, he was sold out by a couple of people in the town because he was doing it a little bit off the grid, not with official shop and things like that, because the war didn't allow it.
Right.
So when the army took here, when with the Germans and additionally with the Bulgarian army mixed, when they came here, they imprisoned him and tortured him until he gave up the whole gold of the guest house.
Wow.
So in a couple of rooms, and in your room personally where you're staying, he can show you his room, maybe in pictures and videos. You can see like where are a couple of places in the walls where when stones are missing, those were the places that he was hitting the gold.
Wow.
From them.
Okay, so we'll take a look at my room. Before we go down, and I see an old clock there as well. Would these rooms, which are now guest rooms, would these be obviously different rooms of the house, like the parlor?
Yeah, you have it like two single beds, you have 2 king size beds, 4 single beds. So we have like the capacity of 18 to 20 people. So we
And how many rooms do you have in total? Sorry.
6 rooms currently. Six rooms currently, and we are not working as a dormitory. In a way, when one person comes in to share the room with another one, so when one person comes in the room, it's only for him.
That's right. So it's not like a hostel. It's
not
private rooms.
It's a private room with a shared bathroom, so that's the plus staying with us.
Okay.
And also you can see like on the top, handcrafted additionally.
Yeah. Beautiful lamp.
Yeah. That gives that special taste. And trust me, as I'm saying about the clock, it's not the clock tower of Prilep, of course. As you can see, we turn it off because trust me, if we turn it on, it's very bad, not for the guests but also for the neighbors, because it's the sound is so high, so good.
Really?
You can hear it like a couple of houses down the road.
Oh my God. Right. Okay. So, and also in addition, upstairs and downstairs, there's facilities for guests if they want to cook.
Yeah.
There's fridges. There's facilities that way. Let's go down and take a look at my room, and you can maybe give us some more info on that. Huh?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, let's go. So guys, we're going to check out my room, which is a very antique room that I was lucky enough to get. As you can see, there's original stone, and it's decorated so lovely. So, Chris, take us through here.
Well guys, first of all, welcome to the room that I was telling you about, that you can only find us here, and this is not a room in the center of the town, it's not in the mountains. So first of all, you're in a quite nice, decent place that gives you that chill and warm feeling, as I told you about. This is the room that we were hardly working on to get that special feeling. It's usually used by couples or guests, as Daniel is staying currently with us. So this is, as you can see, the antique and the handcrafted bed, with additionally the metal frame that it took us a lot of time. The ending parts are something that we found out as additional, and we added like our personal taste.
I noticed those finials, they're very nice.
Yeah.
And I love these end tables, but you've incorporated the brick.
The end tables were my idea in order to have the look that the tables are a part of the town, part of the wall continuing down. Because the brick and the stone that you see, it's from the foundation of the house, and this is how the house was built from the beginning. So the whole organization of the whole room, you can see it done millimeter by millimeter and without any professional tools back in the days from then. Also, you have from in front of you have like the plasma TV and the hidden jewel of the house, as I was telling you about. You have like the hidden place where my grandfather was touching the gold to protect the family and to add that special taste for the family to live on and to survive during those.
That hole is where he hid the gold.
Yeah, and he went to a couple of weeks of pressure to give up the gold, so the family ended up only with the house. Everything else was taken off from them. It's everywhere during the war period. Also, you have a chimney that is working. It's practical.
Okay.
It goes to the end of the house. But guys, please don't fire it up when you're staying here. Think about the other guests also. We can provide you with additional good lighting and effects, so you
Yeah.
don't put up the fire.
We have some good ambiance in here. And I love the old niche in here with the old radio.
The old radio is a little bit upgraded. Also, you can use it with an USB flash.
Oh.
So if you have like a couple of good music, good songs to make it like the stay over here quite comfortable, you can insert the USB and you can play it also.
So old meets new, you're right.
Yeah.
Now don't mind my luggage, guys, but there's a very large, comfortable couch here and stools, table.
Also on the back of the room you have a totally shared kitchen that if you want to cook, prepare something like that, you have it as an extra benefit. You have it like as a self-service, so it gives you that special taste to cook, to prepare, and also in the same moment to feel like at home.
It's a very comfortable bed, I must say, because I can attest, I slept on it. Chris, tell me about this part here. This is so unique with this mirror.
This is the original handcrafted and originally implanted metal of the bed, but it took us a little time to find additionally part, because previously it was hidden, like a jewel hidden and decorated paper with couple of symbols inside it, but because it was a very old bed, as I told you, we bought it from antique store. We decided to change additionally the paper with the mirror, so it gives that special touch, and also
it sure does.
It gives that good feeling.
Yeah, it does. And I just love the charm of this room. And I was sitting in here last night having dinner. I got some takeaway with just the light of the, the fireplace over here. See how cozy? And I sat there and had my dinner, and I just love the room. Just love it. So thank you, Chris.
No problem, guys.
We're going to go outside now, and Chris is going to show you a secret.
Follow me, guys.
So Chris has a secret recipe. Now at the villa, at the guest house rather, you can cook your own food. Okay, they don't provide food, but as you know, my channel is about food and drink, and something caught my eye specifically. Chris, tell us what you have.
Guys, also like if you're traveling in Macedonia, you can notice that the local ones, we are putting a lot of drinks, a lot of things during the winter, like in different bottles. So it's not a beer. I know it says Latin up as a beer of Macedonia, but we used it as a rakia. So you can see that it's a kiwi rakia, or schnapps on English, from 2016. So we make like couple of liters only per year, only as a benefit for the guests that are staying here. It's a hidden recipe. We add like additional couple of secret ingredients inside. So if you're passing through Prilep, feel free to come by to taste the rakia as our guests.
So kiwi, for my English-speaking audience, is kiwi, obviously. And so Chris makes a rakia out of kiwi. Now, rakia, you've heard me mention it many times on my channel. It's somewhat of a Macedonian whiskey, or a grappa, quite strong. And if you watch my Toshia video, I did mention, all good Macedonian people know that homemade rakia is always put in recycled bottles. So Chris was Chris was apologetic at first. I said, don't be, because that just proves my point. So Chris, Nastravia, let's have some of this. I've been dying for this.
Guys, you're welcomed.
How long does it take you to make this, Chris?
2 to 3 days.
That's it?
Yeah, 2 to 3 days to distill it, additionally to cool it off and things like that. But
So you were saying that it takes 2 to 3 days.
yeah, it takes 2 to 3 days, and as you can see, we're already prepared. We are welcoming you guys also to Antika Guesthouse. So, Daniel, we go for the schnapps.
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie.
Let's try this. Wow. Woo! That's a good one.
Yeah, 50 degrees. 50 degrees special edition, only for the guests of Antika.
That'll warm the cockles of your heart.
Trust me, with a good caviar from red pepper and additionally with good cheese here in the town.
Absolutely. We should have got some of that to have with this. So what Chris is saying, the red caviar we know as Ivar, and there is a video on my channel for that as well. But Chris, thank you so much.
No problem, guys.
I know you mentioned also there's a lot of tobacco grown in this region.
Yeah.
And your uncle prepares tobacco?
Yeah, the whole family prepares something from agriculture, so we have a lot of people doing tobacco. Also, one of those people is my uncle. He previously, like in the previous years, and also now, the town of Prilep is an industrial town, well known for the tobacco production. So you can see, like if you come like late July until the late of October, you are going to survive. Don't worry, it's a good rakia.
It is.
You can try out and you can really see the tobacco drying out on the streets,
Right.
on the top of the houses,
Right.
just to be repackaged and additionally qualified by the quality of the leaf, and after that priced it by the correct category.
Okay, so who qualifies it? Like the government or?
The government qualifies
right.
what is going to be the prices, and also like the industrial factories, the tobacco factories that we have in the town.
Okay.
Qualifies it by the quantity, and also by the quantity that is allowed for the year, for 1 year to be produced.
Wow. Okay. Now I know at the end of your street there's lots of tobacco being dried.
Yeah.
I'll insert some pictures in the video. And Chris, thank you so very much. At the end of or the bottom of the video, guys, where it says show more, click on there. I will give all of the contact details for the guest house, so you can contact Chris. If you're in Prilep, he will let you know the availability, according to how many people, what the price would be. And I can tell you guys, it's very, very reasonable for what you get. I've stayed in other guest houses that don't nearly have half as much, let alone the hospitality of Antika Guesthouse. So thank you again, Chris. All of your contact details will be below. Please contact Chris if you want to stay at this beautiful antique guest house. Again, ciao, follow Nogo, and thanks guys for watching this episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck in Memories of Macedonia. We'll see you next time. Follow Nogo, Ajde, prijetno, ciao.